Be me. Come home tired. The kind of tired where you just want quiet and food. Open the door. She's already annoyed. Can tell because she sighs before I even say anything. You could have texted, she says. I did, I say. An hour ago. She waves it off. Yeah, but you didn't check in. Blink. Check in? How? She gives me that look. The you should already know look. You're supposed to be more attentive, she says. A man should know when his girlfriend needs reassurance. Oh, there it is. That tone. Not angry, instructional. Keep my voice calm. I'm not a mind reader, but if you tell me what you need, I'll listen. She scoffs. That's such a weak answer. Frown. Weak? She crosses her arms like she's bracing for impact. A confident man wouldn't argue. He'd just step up. Something about that feels off, like she's quoting a poster. Try to keep it light. So what? There's a rule book now? She snaps back instantly. If I have to explain it, you're already failing. Feel the familiar urge to apologize just to make the tension stop. Catch myself. Don't do it. Instead, ask the thing I usually swallow. Why does it sound like you're testing me? She freezes for half a second, just long enough for me to notice, then recovers. I'm not testing you. I just expect standards. Nods slowly. Okay. And where did these standards come from? She hesitates, shrugs. Everyone knows this stuff. Everyone. Sure. Stand there in silence. Eventually she grabs her phone and turns away. Sit down. Stare at the wall. Feel something shift inside me. Not anger, awareness. This wasn't just a bad mood. This felt rehearsed, like she wasn't talking to me. She was talking at me through an invisible checklist. For the first time, wonder. If this is what she thinks a relationship is supposed to be, where exactly do I fit in? The weird part isn't the fight. It's how familiar it feels. Next few days keep replaying it. She snaps again over something small. This time, it's dishes. You should have done them without me asking, she says. A man who leads doesn't wait for instructions. There it is again, that phrasing. Like a slogan. Look at her. Why do you keep saying things like that? She rolls her eyes. I'm just saying facts. Those aren't facts, I say. They sound like quotes. Her posture changes, stiffens. Quotes from where? She shrugs like it's boring. Does it matter? It does. Later that night, she's scrolling on her phone, curled up on the couch. I'm not trying to snoop, but her screen is angled just enough. Catch words in passing like stepping on broken glass. High-value woman. Never chase. Train him early. Men respond to dominance. Jaw tightens. Suddenly everything clicks. The tone, the tests, the way she watches my reaction after snapping. She isn't angry. She's following a strategy. And I'm the experiment. Another small argument sparks. She says it almost proudly. If you can't handle a strong woman, that's your issue. Don't raise my voice. Don't argue. I'm not here to be handled. That shuts her up. That night, something different happens. I don't apologize. I don't send the, hey, let's not fight message. I put my phone down. Silence stretches. Realize something uncomfortable. I've been the one holding it together, chasing peace, smoothing edges, proving I'm enough. Feel tired. Not of her, of the role. Finally go to bed. Phone buzzes. Message from her. You're really going to ignore me? Stare at it. Type back. I'm not ignoring you. I'm taking space. Don't know what this leads to, but I know one thing. I'm done being trained. Few days later we meet. See her and don't feel angry. Feel alert. Like I'm walking into a room with a hidden camera. Sit across from each other. Coffee between us, untouched. She's calm. So, she says, arms crossed. Are you done with your little space thing? The wording tells me everything. It wasn't a thing, I say. I needed distance. She scoffs. Distance is what men use when they can't handle confrontation. There it is again. The script. Lean back slightly. Why do you talk like that? I ask. Like every situation is a test I'm supposed to pass. She frowns. Because relationships are tests, she says. You either step up or you get replaced. Stare at her. Replaced? She shrugs. That's just reality. Feel something settle in my chest. Let me get this straight, I say. You think a relationship is about control? She exhales, annoyed. No, It's about standards. A woman should never lower herself. She leads. He adapts. Nods slowly. And where did you learn that? She hesitates, just a second, then says it. Online, books, podcasts, coaches. Of course. Do any of those people know me? I ask. She doesn't answer. Keep my voice steady. I'm not your enemy. I'm not something to dominate or correct. I'm your partner. Or I'm nothing. Her jaw tightens. You're being dramatic. Shake my head. No, I'm being honest. She leans forward. A real man wouldn't feel threatened by a strong woman. Meet her gaze. I'm not threatened, I say. I'm insulted. That one lands. Continue. I don't need to prove my masculinity, and I'm not here to be trained like a dog. If that's what you want, stop mid-sentence, because I already know the answer. She looks at me like she's waiting for me to back down, to apologize, to soften. I don't. Then we want different things, I finish. For the first time, she looks unsure. I didn't think you'd push back like this, she says quietly. Nod. I didn't either. Stand up. Think about what you actually want, I say. And ask yourself whether it's me or just the idea of controlling someone. Walk away, because I finally said it. And no matter what happens next, I didn't lose myself trying to keep her. I don't announce anything, I just stop showing up. At first she acts like nothing's wrong, sends casual message. Busy today? I reply hours later. Yeah. Then the tone shifts. You're being distant. I read it, put the phone down, finish what I'm doing, then reply. I told you I needed space. That's when she starts pushing, calling, double texting, suddenly very interested in where I am and what I'm doing. It would have worked before. I would have felt guilty. I would have rushed back to prove I still cared. Now, I feel calm, change my routine, stay late at work, hit the gym after, spend time with people who don't test me. One night Mark notices. You're different, he says. Better or worse, I ask. He thinks. Quieter, but heavier, in a good way. She finally confronts me in person, corners me outside my place. You're punishing me, she says. Shake my head. No, I'm choosing myself. That's selfish. No, I say. Selfish is hurting someone and calling it standards. She stares like I just broke a rule she thought was universal. You're supposed to fight for me, she says. Meet her eyes. I did. You just didn't like how... Long pause. For the first time, she doesn't have a quote ready. You're really serious, she says quietly. Yes, I reply. Walk past her. Later that night, phone buzzes again. A long message. I don't open it, not yet. Because for the first time in a long while, I'm not afraid of losing her. I'm afraid of losing me again. And I'm not willing to do that. At some point, space turns into distance. Distance turns into direction. Stop waking up thinking about her. That's how I know something changed. Not because I stopped caring, because my life stopped orbiting her moods. Start doing things I kept postponing. Update my resume, take extra shifts. Make plans that don't include waiting to see how she feels. Feels strange, like reclaiming time I didn't realize I gave away. She notices. You're acting like you're leaving, she says during one of our rare calls. I pause. I might be, I answer honestly. Silence. You said you needed space, she finally says. I took it, I reply, and I used it. She tries a new approach. You know, she says one evening, those coaches say men panic when women pull back. I exhale slowly. There it is, I say. You're still talking about me like I'm a case study. She snaps. I'm trying to improve. By following instructions written by people who don't know us, I ask. She doesn't answer. Later, look around my place. Realize something important. I'm not waiting for her to change anymore. I'm preparing for the version of my life where she doesn't. And that's when it hits me. This isn't a break. This is me walking forward, with or without her. If she wants to catch up, she'll have to drop the crown. And for the first time. I'm okay if she doesn't. Finally get used to peace. No more daily emotional sparring matches. No more relationship is a chess game energy. Walk around like a normal human again. Then see her. Same street, same cafe, different vibe. Usually she storms in with heat. This time she doesn't come in angry. That's how I know something is different. She looks tired. She spots me, hesitates. She walks up, voice low. Can we talk? Not demanding, not testing, Just asking, nod, sit down. Notice the details immediately. No crossed arms, no rehearsed confidence, no I'm above this posture. She stares into her cup. Long pause. She finally speaks. I think I messed up. Stay quiet. This isn't my moment to fill the space. Learn the hard way that silence sometimes does more than arguing. She keeps going. I thought I had to be untouchable. Like if I wasn't dominant, I'd be disposable. There it is. The real fear. Listen carefully. Don't smirk. Don't gloat. Don't say, I told you so. She rubs her fingers against the cup, like she's grounding herself. All those articles, tone gets a little bitter. They promise control, safety, power. She lets out a tiny laugh. Not happy, more like embarrassed at herself. They didn't say anything about losing someone you actually love. Love. That word hits different. She never used it like this before. Not as a weapon, not as leverage, as truth. She looks up, eyes glossy. I didn't think you'd actually walk away. I thought you'd come back, like before. Nod. Because she's not wrong. I did come back before. Say it anyway. I almost did. She jerks her head up fast. Almost? Yeah. That's the part you don't see. Watch her swallow hard. She breathes in shaky. I don't want to lose you. And I don't know how to be soft without feeling weak. Exhale slow, because that's the first honest sentence I've heard from her in a while. That's not something a podcast can teach you, I say. Keep it gentle? She nods. Quiet, I know. For the first time in weeks. She isn't trying to lead, isn't trying to win, isn't trying to outframe me. She's just there. I don't reach for her. I don't promise anything. I don't do the usual, it's okay reflex. I just tell the truth. I need to know you want me, not control. She nods immediately. I do. But I don't answer right away. Because wanting something isn't the same as changing for it. And for the first time, she seems to understand that. Few days later, we meet again. She doesn't test the waters, doesn't probe for weakness, doesn't open with a disguised insult. She just sits down and says, I stopped watching them. Blink. Watching what? She looks embarrassed and relieved at the same time. The videos, the podcasts, the high-value woman stuff. All of it. Pause. Brain does the math. This is either a new tactic or the first real step. She continues. I realized I was memorizing lines and using them on you like weapons. Don't interrupt. This is sacred territory. The rare moment where someone admits the thing they did on purpose. She stares down. They told me men only respect dominance. That softness makes you disposable. She shakes her head, like she's trying to shake off the whole ideology. All it did was make me lonely. She pulls out her phone, shows me the screen, subscriptions gone, saved articles deleted. She says it quietly. I don't want to be a queen. I don't want to train anyone. Then she looks at me. I just want to be with you, as myself. Take a breath. This doesn't fix everything. She nods instantly. I know. I'm not asking it to. We sit there, she admits. I was afraid. Afraid that if I wasn't above, I'd be abandoned. Nods slowly. And say my own truth. And I was afraid that if I stayed, I'd disappear. She flinches, she says. I don't want to be someone you survive. I want to be someone you choose. No entitlement in it. I don't say yes. I don't say no. I say the only honest thing. This is the first conversation that feels real. She smiles small, hopeful. I'm talking to the woman I fell for. Important part. Don't rush back. That's the hardest thing for both of us. A week ago, I would have taken the words, ran straight into forgiveness, called it love, ignored the damage, done the whole fresh start fantasy. Not doing that anymore. We start seeing each other again, just walks, coffee, normal conversations that don't feel like negotiations. Watch her closely, waiting for the snap, the correction, the test, the you should, the a real man would. It doesn't happen, not once. Even when she's tired, even when she disagrees, she stays present, stays human. That matters more than any apology, because anyone can apologize. Few can regulate themselves consistently. One evening, I say something small and dumb. She laughs. Feel my guard drop for a second, and she notices. I miss this, she says quietly. Nod. Me too, then add the hard part. But I'm still cautious. She doesn't get offended, doesn't accuse me of punishing her. She just says, I know. You don't trust me yet. Tell her. I'm not punishing you. I'm protecting what we might still have. She nods. I deserve that. We stop walking near my place. Familiar spot. The one where we used to argue. The one where things almost ended, she asks. Are you coming in? Hesitate. Not tonight, I say. I want this to be slow, real. She exhales, then smiles. Thank you for not lying to me. Watch her walk away. Realize something. I'm not closed off. I'm not cold. I'm just finally choosing conscious closeness instead of reflex attachment. That night. Think about trust. How it's built. How easily it's broken. How rare it is when someone stays long enough to rebuild it properly. Don't know if we'll make it, but for the first time, if we do, it won't be based on fear or control. It'll be based on choice. Weeks pass. The change becomes obvious in the boring moments. No grand gesture, no speech, no, look how different I am now, performance. She just shows up. When I'm tired, she doesn't comment on my energy, doesn't guilt trip me for not being on. She brings food. When I'm quiet, she doesn't poke at it, doesn't turn it into a problem to solve. She sits with me. Catch myself waiting for the snap, like muscle memory. It doesn't come. Instead, she asks, do you want space or company? Freeze for a second. Look at her. Really look. Say, company. She nods, sits beside me. Later, I mention a plan I'm excited about. Something that has nothing to do with her. Old version of her would have taken it personally. Made it about loyalty. Made it about priority. Made it a test. This version smiles. That sounds good for you. Not for us. For me. As she's leaving, she pauses at the door. I know trust takes time. I'm not in a hurry anymore. She doesn't ask for reassurance. Doesn't wait for me to chase her. Doesn't fish for validation. She just leaves. And that's when it hits me. She's not performing change. She's living it. Lie in bed, thinking how easy it would be to fake softness. How hard it is to practice it consistently. Feel something settle in my chest. Not certainty, but safety. Just a normal evening. We're on my couch, shared blanket. She scrolls for a bit, then sighs. You know, she says, putting her phone down, I deleted all of it. Ask, even though I already know. All of what? The articles, the courses, the queen mindset stuff. All those rules about how to control men. She shakes her head. They made me feel powerful for a minute, and empty right after. Stay quiet. I kept trying to be someone impressive, she says. Untouchable, in charge, above. She looks at me, eyes steady. And I almost lost the only person who ever treated me like an equal. She takes a breath, then drops it clean. Honestly, forget those articles. Forget the trainings. She smiles. I don't want to dominate you. I don't want to train you. She reaches for my hand. I just love you, she says, and I don't want to lose you ever again. Look at her. Say it calmly. I'm not going to be owned. And I'm not going to own you either. She nods immediately. I know. We sit there, for the first time. I don't feel measured, don't feel corrected, don't feel tested. Squeeze her hand, and that's enough. Because love isn't crowns or control. It's choosing each other, without scripts, without fear, without losing yourself.